he looked at already at this topic, which compares between 10 and the DM as two different data structures available for us to store elevation data. And let's look at ARCGIS one more time. So on ARCGIS, I'm going to zoom out one more time, and I will show you the opposite way. So right now, you've seen how can we convert the 10 into raster. Let's do the opposite. So I'm going to run the other tool here, which is still there, raster to 10. And what it does, it converts your raster or digital elevation model to a 10 back. Click on this one and look at it's super simple. Watch this. You need an input, and the input has to be raster, which means among these, this should be your input, okay? So here is that your input. And the output, as usual, what we do is we go here, and I will say, okay, you know what? This is Tahir back 10, okay? Tahir back 10. So our 10 back, and say save, okay? And then there are some optional parameters. To be honest, I'm kind of against Esri because this number shouldn't be optional. Right now, the software is giving you 4.02, and I want all of you to do based on 4.02. However, I will do something else. I will change this number to, let's say, 0.01, and I will tell you what does it mean, okay, and how it affects your 10 back. Please, when you do it on the, the number by the software about the Z tolerance. I will make it very refined. I will use 0.01, and I will show you how your 10 will be completely different if you change this number. Now we're ready. I'm going to go here and say okay, and see what happens. So you can see here right now I have 210. I got my 10 back, and you can see here my 10. Remember, there are two 10. This one here is the one that I started with. I went from this 10 to digital elevation model, and this is my 10 back. And I'm going to turn everything off here except the new 10. And you can see here the 10 is very smooth, and it has lots of details. When I say details, it means you can see the road, and you can see the playground, and all the features on your elevation model. Anybody has done it based on the 4.02, the default value from the software? Anyone? Please show your hands if you've done so. Luca, did you do it? Okay. Can you tell me how your 10 compares to my 10?
Well, the triangles are much bigger, so there is less detail.
So it's called coarse. It's called the coarse digital elevation model. It means triangles are bigger. It means you could lose some of the details, some of the topography, and that's why I'm against the making this number as optional, because simply it controls how fine or how coarse your 10 is going to be. Okay, now let's do something else. Did you guys know or remember that we used to create a contour map in Civil 3D? We will do that right now. I'm going to show you right now how to create a contour map in ARCGIS. All you have to do is use another tool in ARCGIS called Contour, and it comes from the same toolbox called 3D Analyst. So when you click on Contour, so you can see I did some research. I searched for contour, and I have a contour tool under the analyst. When you click on net, what happens is it runs your tool. It needs an input, it needs an output, it needs a contour interval. Okay, so you can see the three dots. 1, 2, 3. It means I need three things to do. Number one is the input. Look at the name. This one is designed to create a contour from a raster, It means from digital elevation model. So which one of these is raster? You can see here right now in my table of content, there are many products. You know what? I will remind you, a text file has no meaning. We imported the point, so it created the shape file. And then from the shape file, we created our 10. And then from the 10, we created raster, which is digital elevation model. And then we went back and created our 10 back from raster. Which one of these on the left is raster? Which one is raster?
The bottom one?
The bottom one. So be careful. And even if you try by mistake to grab a wrong one, the software will know and will complain. So the bottom one. How can we input? Very simple. You drag and drop into the input. As soon as you drag and drop, the software will propose for you a name. Don't accept it. You go back here. It's okay. You know what? I'll call this one T contour. T contour. Okay. And then I'm going to say save. And then the thing that you must input, it's a must. You must input an interval. And I'll talk about this one later on, but for now, I will make the interval, let's say 1 meter, 1 meter interval. And I'm gonna hit OK. Software will take some time. You look at the bottom right always, watch for the notification. The notification comes right, it says here contour, and then, you know, get the green check. It means my contour is done. And here we go. Here is my contour map. Now, please look at the contour map and try to see if you can visualize where is my 10th street. Do you see where is my 10th street? It goes here. Watch my cursor. Huh? It goes here from the south, from downtown, and then it goes up, and then it goes this way, and then all the way until it hits my like 16th Avenue. Okay, now. One thing you notice is that a little bit different from Civil 3D. Number one, the contour by default doesn't come with any label, and labeling on on ArcMap, I can tell you it's not easy. Okay, because the software is not really designed for surveying. It takes more time, so I'm not going to do that in my class. But feel free, if you are curious, contact with me, and I will show you how to do that. So that's number one. Number two, that's unlike Civil 3D. If I change my mind right now, if I change my mind, I want to create another contour map that is, let's say, 0.5 meter interval. What can I need to do? I need to repeat the whole process. I need to run this tool one more time and I change my interval here to 0.5 meter. This is something unlike Civil 3D. Civil 3D, you have one surface and you can change your contour interval anytime you wish. In ARCGIS, no, you have to create a different contour map. Excellent. So really what I want to do at this point is, are you able from the contour map to understand the ground? I think you can. And then let me ask you, from the raster, are you able to interpret the ground? Yes, you can. So what I'm trying to say here is that there are so many representations that you can use to communicate the topography of the ground. One of them is contour line, but that's only one. But also you can look at a DM, digital elevation model, and I will show you another one shortly. It is called hill shade. So hill shade is another product that you can produce, and it shows the user how the ground goes up and goes down, where are the high areas, lower areas, and so on. So watch this. I'm going to show you right now something called hill shade. So hill shade, it's HILLSHADE, one word, no spaces. I'm going to search for it. I'm going to run the tool which is called hill shade. Now watch the tool. Tool is even simpler because it requires an input, and it must be a raster that's input, and the output is also raster. And again, watch this. So on the left side here, looks like there's only one choice. So my raster image, I bring it here to my input. Software will right away will give you a proposal for the name. Don't accept it. I go here. I change. I call this one Tahir Hill Shades. Okay, THS. And then save. Finally, there are two numbers. I'll explain for you what do they mean in a minute. There are two numbers. One is called the azimuth, and the other one is called altitude. So in simple terms, those are the light direction. So the light comes from one point in space, and this product is based on shadow. It creates some shadow, and the shadow will, you can visualize the ground through the shadow. Please remember those numbers, huh? My azimuth is 315 degrees. My altitude angle, those are angles by the way, huh? And the angle for the altitude is 45 degrees. Remember those. Then I'm not gonna change them. I'm gonna accept them as is. I'll hit OK and wait for some time, and then turn everything off. I'll turn off my raster. I'll turn off my contour map. Okay. And right now, what you see is you see another product that simply allows you to visualize the ground. This one is called the hill shade. How it works is by placing the light source in one point in space by two angles, azimuth and altitude. Let me show you what do they mean. So you guys know that this direction here, watch this. This direction is the north, and this is the east, south, and then the west. You guys know the azimuth from surveying, huh? Azimuth, which is the angle from the north until you hit the line. So if that's my north, I go clockwise. So 0, 90 at the east, 180 on the south, to 70 on the west, and then finally my light source are coming this way. Watch my cursor, please. My light source is coming this way with an angle called altitude angle. Think about as elevation angle, as vertical angle. So my light is coming from this direction in space. And look at the shadow of the sucker field. The shadow is simply projected on the other side. What happens if my light comes from here? Where is the light? The shadow will go to the opposite side. So this hill shade is very simple. You put one light source in one point in space with the topography, and it creates this product. So through the shadow, it gives you a feeling of what is my topography look like. I'm asking you, are you able to identify where is my 10th Street? 10th Street? How about if I overlay this with my contour line? Do they match? You get the same impression from contour line or from hill shade? Can I get some confirmation, please? I'll turn on and off. So this is my contour line, and this is my hill shade product. Are you able to read the topography from both?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so really what I want you to take from this discussion is that visualization of the ground, you can use so many products. One of the most popular is the contour line, but it's not the only one. We can look at digital elevation model, we can look at hill shade, and we can create our visualization of our 3D model. Now, I'll show you something interesting, because I said here azimuth, and I said here azimuth, and I said altitude angle, and those are the light source angle. Light source, where's my light source? Now I'm asking you, what is the light source? Again, we're not inside a room here. That's not a light source, not a LED or something. The light source here is a sun. So we're trying to simulate where is the sun at one day of the year. Now let me show you. How can we find that? Are we able to find what is the azimuth or the direction of the sun in any day of the year? I'll do that for you right now. Watch this. Okay. So if you go to your browser and say here, search Google for sun angle calculator. Okay. So there are many websites to do that. This one is this one I think it's super fancy. I think let's check. No, that's not very fancy. That just give you a number. But you can make it simple as this one here. You can put your location, for example, that long, and you can do the year and also the time of observation, and it will give you the sun. And look at this sketch here. This tells you the azimuth angle and the altitude angle or elevation angle. But you know what? I think there is another website which is I like this one here. I like this one because this one it simply gives you a graphic interface where you can change your location, so you don't have to know anything about that long. I can simply move I can move my area until I go to Calgary. I think Alberta's here. Alberta's here. Edmonton. I go down to Calgary, and then I can go to Calgary. Anywhere in Calgary is okay. Doesn't make any difference because it doesn't make any difference. Okay, so here is again. If you want to be more precise, you can go to your specific community. Where is your house? And remember that the time you change left and right, there are numbers here on the left side will change. You can see those numbers, huh? Those are your lat long, your location in terms of geographic coordinates, phi and lambda or lat long. Now watch this. Watch this. So you can see the address here. You can also search by address, and you can type the time. By default, we have the current time. So today is April 13, 2021, and the time right now is simply 1:18 in the afternoon. Now you can read right away where are my angles or how much my angle. So you can see here the sunrise, the sunset, fantastic. Sunset is amazing for me today because I'm fasting. So I'm going to break my fast today at 8:30 at night. No food, no water. However, what's more important that my fasting is the two angles that we're talking about. The two angles are here 48 and 173. 173. So what does it mean? It means the sun is on the south side. Okay, watch this. So those lines you can see, the yellow one is where is my sun right now, 173. So the north, you clockwise with 173, that's my sun. What is my elevation angle? My elevation angle or altitude angle is 48 degrees. 48 degrees. Okay. So you know here in winter the sun is very low. Anybody can agree with me? In winter here, the sun is very low to the horizon. So it really bothers your eye if you drive in winter here, and that's why in winter you must have a sunglass because the sun is very very low and it has lots of harmful waves for your eye. You must wear a sunglass in winter. In summer, the situation is a little bit better, so with the angle is getting higher. You can see right now we're not really summer, but the angle is 48. I'm going to show you something. For example, if we change our date from April 13, let's go to May. Let's go to May and see what is the angle after 1 month from now. So May 13, okay, done. And then same time, okay, not much, still 48. But let's go to, I'm sorry, it looks like I didn't accept it. So go to May and then say done. I don't know, still reading, taking the same time. Oh my God, it's May, not today.
Maybe you have to select the date.
I selected the date. Look at this. I changed here to my May. Oh yeah, maybe. And then I go to, let's say May 13, huh? May 13. So 1 month from now. And anybody look at the angle? 57, huh? So after 1 month from now, at the same time of the day, the angle, the sun will be higher in the sky, not lower. In winter, oh my God, in winter is 15 degrees. Above the horizon, 15 degrees. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this discussion. Enjoy your time. If you want to explore more on this one, this website will give you the angle of the sun any time of the day, anywhere on the earth. Okay? And by the way, so you know, if you have done, anyone done Revit? Anyone has done any Revit in this class? Revit.
Yes.
Don't tell me no, huh? I'm gonna tell Milan. So in Revit, you can do a sun simulation. You can simply simulate your building. As soon as you define where the building on the earth, you can know and do some study for the sun, because people, when they look at the energy, they want to see the sun. If they want to orient their windows, they want to see where the sun coming from for the entire year. So there is an optimal location and direction of the windows where it gives you lots of energy inside, and you can save some energy by doing some simulation, sun simulation. Anyway, we went off the topic. Let's go back and finish our class for today. So this is called hillshade, and you know right now where the what does it mean, where the sun is coming from. Okay, now let's look at the agenda. So the agenda here, we go back to our D2L. The agenda is here, and let's see if we finish or no. So you can see here we're done. I know there is one exercise left, but to be honest, I don't see it very, very important. So I'm happy to stop in here. Okay, I'm really happy to stop in here. Tried to give you a lot of information this semester. Okay, I know some of you may feel overwhelmed for 1.5 credit class to get such information and do this a lot of work, like lots of assignment and lots of exercises. But I'm hoping that you learned something with me in my class. It was my pleasure to teach you, and I'm hoping to connect to you through other channel like LinkedIn and other things. And you are not going anywhere. You are still CVT, and I'm pretty sure that we will talk sometime soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you for teaching us.
Thank you, Tahir.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Tahir.
much.